top of the morning.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another One Piece chapter review. This review, we will be doing One Piece chapter 1060, which is a goddamn doozy. So, before we get into the review, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well as the notification bell to get notified for more content that I put out. As well, if you end up enjoying the review, be sure to hit me with a like and leave a comment and let me know your thoughts on this crazy ass chapter. So, without any further ado, let's just get into it, y'all.
If she ain't got a butt, fucking get into it, yo.
Alright, y'all, so we open up with the cover page, which is a color spread of somebody saying that they want to see a bonus coloring page similar to what they got in volume 8 of all the Straw Hats together. This is a pretty dope cover page because the Straw Hats are just chilling. They chilling on this polar bear, which they like wrote on him saying like, we stand for liberty, which is crazy. They wrote it right on the thing's face, but it was pretty cute, and I like to see all the Straw Hats together. So, other than that, dope. Let's keep pushing. So the chapter opens up, and Luffy is freaking out because he cannot believe that Sabo killed King Cobra of Alabasta. And Robin even feels the same. She's like kind of surprised because she knows that that's not the Revolutionary Army agenda. They don't really go after kings, they tend to go after world nobles. But then they also realize that Vivi is missing. Not Vivitron.
That's no good.
So Luffy goes crazy and suggests that we go to Alabasta and save Vivi because, you know, she's missing. And Zoro's like, you know, she was last seen at Mary Joie, so why would we go to Alabasta? And then he's like, fuck it, we out to Mary Joie then, which...
You what?
Would have been nuts. If the Straw Hats was going to Mary Joie right now, bro. I don't even know, bro. So Luffy's calling him a chicken. Meanwhile, Sanji, Nami, and Chopper are sitting there bawling and just worrying about what is Vivi's current status. Like, is she safe or not? They have no idea, bro. But what's interesting during this whole dynamic is that Brook thinks it's weird because he's never heard anybody really have anything bad to say about the Alabasta Kingdom, so they don't really understand why he's dead. And Frankie is like, oh, I think I remember this Sabo dude from Dressrosa. And Jinbei, who, you know, he's just like, huh, the Reverie was pretty eventful this year. All of this interaction right here is interesting simply because, you know, they weren't even part of the crew during the Alabasta arc. Like, everybody else knows who Vivi is, but they weren't there. So it's kind of interesting to see, like, you know, the Straw Hats that weren't part of our journey from the beginning kind of learn some information and see some details of stuff that happened before they even showed up. But what's crazy about this is Caribou is tied up in a barrel. I guess Frankie maybe tied him up again in a barrel on the Sunny. Like, he's trying to listen. He can't hear nothing, but it's hilarious. I guess they peeped him when he heard the information about Pluton, and I guess they did see him, so decided like, nah, we can't just let him be roaming free. Let's just tie him up and bring him with us. Like, at this point, Caribou is fake part of the crew, but I still wonder who he's working for. But cutting back to the Vivi situation, Luffy makes this hilarious face because Zoro at this point is becoming a whole buzzkill for the whole ship. He's saying that they shouldn't go save Vivi because of this quote that Luffy said back in the day when Ace was in trouble and all that. He was like, oh, well, you know, it's his own journey and all that stuff, which is kind of shenanigans, bro. You can't compare Luffy's statement to what he said about Ace and living his own journey to Vivi just because you think that we shouldn't underestimate her.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Bro, these are two different people. It's two different fighting scales. Like this is not the same, bro. So much so that now the whole crew is just roasting Zoro because of his L take. He's doing a whole L take. The whole crew is roasting him, calling him Green Mom, Green Kaido, Moss Head, called him a Onigashima. Like, they roasted him, son.
Lovely.
And then right after this, Robin's like still reading the newspaper like, yo, Luffy, you know, there's some more names in here. Like, you want to know any more information? And Luffy at this point is just like tapped out. He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to know all of that. Which, come on, Oda.
Bullshit.
Come on, man. You still hiding information from us? You couldn't just let us read the whole newspaper? Why? Why are you doing this?
Alright, man, I hate this world, bro, for real.
And now he on the world dick, you hear him?
Luffy just says, nah, I know that Sabo's innocent, so I'm good. You can just read that for yourself. Fine, whatever. But now we cut to kind of the second part of the conversation that's going on in this shit, which Oda really held us down. He gave us something that a lot of us been clamoring for, which is tons of Straw Hat interactions on the ship. Good stuff. OD good stuff.
I like it a lot.
So when Luffy throws himself on the ground, kind of not caring what's in the newspaper anymore, like believing in Sabo's innocence, he then kind of just has like a realization and reminiscing about what Sabo's dream was, which Sabo's dream was to travel the world and write a book about it. And then from there, Luffy decides to then say his dream out loud to everybody on the ship, thinking that he told them already, and they just like, wait, what?
Surprise, motherfucker.
We didn't get to see it either. They cut away from it again. But the whole crew is shocked, bro. The Sunny, confused. Zoro, confused. Jinbei, confused. Nami, confused. Brook, amused. Usopp, can't believe it. Frankie, hype. Sanji, laughing about it. Robin, frozen. And Chopper, hype. Like, bruh, what is this man's dream, son? What is it? What could it be, son? Like, Luffy realizes, like, oh, I guess I only told Ace, Sabo, who laughed about it, like they was weak, and oh, I told Shanks, and you know, he cried a little bit, which, bruh, we know why Shanks crying about it, because Shanks cried a little bit because he realizes that's Goldie Roger's dream too. Like, him and Luffy had the same dream. That's probably the minute where Shanks realized, like, oh nah, I got to trust in this kid. Like, you know what? Maybe he might become a great pirate one day. Maybe that's what let Luffy just have the gum fruit. But I will say, another person who does know the dream is Yamato. Just saying, Yamato also knew the dream, and she knew the dream before the Straw Hats ever did because Ace told her years ago. Just saying. Let's move on from the Yamato stuff because I can't help myself. But at this point, we get confirmation, if you didn't believe it already, that Luffy's dream is not to become the Pirate King. Becoming the Pirate King is a means to an end. That's his stepping stone to achieving his dream, which is very, very insane because that's all we've heard all series is Luffy screaming, I'm going to become the Pirate King. Not, I'm going to become the Pirate King so I can achieve my dream, which is nuts, bro. But we really, really are racking our brains to find out what his dream is. Like, some believe that he's just trying to throw a party. I don't think it's that simple. It can't be just that. But I'm thinking maybe he wants to go to the moon or go to space. Like, maybe that's how we reintroduce Enel back into the story. Like, the moon is an important part, and the fact that he's sun god Nika, I can see the connection there that maybe Luffy wants to travel to space or sails through space. Just my little theory.
Really makes you think.
Then there's some who says he wants to start his own country and possibly end world hunger, or maybe he wants to combine the Marines and the pirates together. Who knows? Who knows, bro? But when we find out, we know it's gonna be a banger. It's just annoying we didn't find out in the chapter called Luffy's Dream. Kinda nuts.
Idiotic! Idiotic! That is for you!
Then the whole crew laughs about it and they're like, well, if anybody's gonna make this dream come true, it'll be you, Luffy, because, you know, we believe in you. You're that guy. And they're like, all right, well, let's go find that last road poneglyph. And, you know, Robin's like, well, we have no idea where that is. Hasn't been seen in forever, but, you know, do what I can. Do what I can. But then, boom. You think this chapter was crazy already? You thought it was crazy? No.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
We get to the third part, which I'm calling the third part, which is kind of technically the second part. We cut to Navy HQ.
And now, our feature presentation.
So, it seems like the Navy has intercepted a message from Sabo to the Kamabaka Kingdom, and they pinpoint the origin to the Lucia Kingdom, which is ruled by King Seki, who is locked up as well as his daughter by the Uprising Nation following the events of the Reverie. And, you know, this kingdom was first introduced around like chapter 272 with the cover story where Ace was looking for Blackbeard and he just so happened to help this girl who rescued him from getting thrown in the water. And, you know, he helped her reunite with her parents who were on the Marine base G2. And this is also the kingdom where Kobe saved the princess during like the Reverie. But once Navy HQ tracks down where this signal is coming from, we cut to the world nobles who are like, oh man, this must be some unlucky guy there, Sabo.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
But then once Navy HQ pinpoints the location, we cut to the world nobles and one of them are like, huh, this guy just must be unlucky. But then the other one's like, nah, this is fate. And I'll get to you shortly why this is fate. So during the call, Sabo's letting Dragon, the revolutionaries, know that he didn't kill Sabo. But while he was at Merijois, he saw something unbelievable. He saw someone sitting in the empty throne in Pangea Castle, and that there really is a king of the world, even though nobody thought there was. Sabo, you saw some shit you wasn't supposed to see. Sabo saw Im-sama, and Im-sama didn't like that shit. So this is why the world nobles think that this is fate and he's not just unlucky. Because Im-sama, we get a lot of Im-sama panels in this. We get like 2 or 3, which is OD, bro. OD. Oda's going off, bro. Off. But yeah, Im-sama already planned on wiping that island off the map. We see him cross it off on the map anyway. So the fact that Sabo went there for refuge because, you know, they did the uprising when Flame Emperor Sabo came to be and decided to turn their heads against the world government and everything like that. They like, Im-sama was like, oh, well, that thing has to go. So during the whole conversation of him talking to Dragon, Sabo sees something in the sky. Everybody sees something in the sky, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what this power is. I don't know if this is a devil fruit. I don't know if this is hockey. I don't know if this is an ancient weapon. Maybe they use Vivi to activate an ancient weapon, and maybe she's related to it somehow. Who knows? But my man's brings down the hammer Im-sama on this island, and that shit is gone. It's like it never existed. Quote, that's literally what they say. It's like it never existed. Now, you know, with this island being wiped off the map, poor Lucia Kingdom, R.I.P., I don't think Sabo's dead. If he's dead, that's kind of nuts. I don't think Oda would have brought him back to the story for him to die again. And Sabo's been almost dead. At least like a question mark next to his name for like mad long now. So I doubt Sabo's actually dead. So this is crazy shit. Oda, no whole bars this chapter. And you would think that that's where the chapter ends. But no. We cut back to the Straw Hats again. We get more Straw Hat interactions. Oda, thank you, man. We love you. We appreciate you. But we cut to the Straw Hats a few days later. They're sailing and they're in some windy, wintry, crazy zone. And they're just like, yo, whoa, where the hell are we? What's going on? It's freezing. They apparently are about to sail to a winter island because Nami states that this must be the climate zone of the island. And we get this little funny interaction. You know, we get some wholesome Chopper and Robin Chuan content. And, you know, she's like complimenting him, saying he looks dashing because he has this hat on that Otama made for him in Wano, like one of the Straw Hats. And, you know, he walks outside during this weather condition. My man gets blown away immediately, bro. Just flies off the ship because of his straw hat, because of the winds. And Luffy had to basically stretch, grab him, and save him, which is hilarious. This is just good stuff. Like, seeing the Straw Hats on the Sunny is good stuff. Can't complain. But while this is going on, Luffy points out this giant whirlpool ball swirling of water thing. I don't know. It's called a warm eddy. I don't know. This shit was just floating in the sky, and it was just I had to look up what an eddy was, bro. I don't even know. It's just like a thing of current, like in a bowl. It looks like a Rasengan, essentially. And Brooke even points out, like, that looks like an afro. And at that, no. Boy. At that moment, because I think because Brooke said it looks like an afro, that racist bone in Zoro just was tingling. He was like, afro. And he just slices that shit open, bro. Like, he slices the eddy open. I don't know how he does it, but your boy Zoro does what he does. So he slices the eddy in half. And Sanji somehow was able to detect, which we know why, because, you know, observation hockey. And, you know, he just loves women. He can hear that there's a woman in distress in that water ball. Nobody believes it. But then a woman pops out of the warm eddy. And who is inside this water ball? Who's in it, you say? Why, it's no one else but a kid. But it ain't just any kid. This kid is one of the worst generation. The pirate with a 320 million berry bounty. The glutton. Jewelry Bonnie. And the chapter ends. Bro, what? Jewelry Bonnie has entered the battle? We finally got Jewelry Bonnie interacting with the Straw Hats into the story? And then the chapter... Oda. Going off, Oda. You're doing your thing. Now the only person we need from the worst generation is a rogue. That's the only one that we need implemented in the story at this point, which probably is going to get introduced soon, especially because, you know, he's Skypeing, whatever, he got the wings and all that. That could be something that's going to be introduced soon. I feel like NL is going to come back in the story at some point, bro. Somehow. I don't know. This chapter was crazy, man. Overall, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter again, bro. Like, fine. If I'm going to be realistic, maybe it's a 9 out of 10 chapter. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just good. It's just good shit, bro. This is good stuff. Oda, you're knocking out the park again. Can't wait for this week's chapter. One Piece is really, really in the end game, and Im-sama is wild, boy. Im-sama is wild.
Period. Period.
But that's my thoughts on this chapter and my review. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter in the comment section below. As well, if you end up enjoying the video, be sure to hit me with a like. And if you have not already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well as the notification bell to get notified for more content that I put out. So, on that note, y'all, enjoy your life.
I'm feeling great and feel the vibe. I'm really grateful we alive.
And I'm feeling great cause lately I've been on the way to something great. And I feel alive cause I create like every day and I'm on today.